Hi, and welcome to Blue's Garden. And spring has sprung. Well, sort of spring has sprung. We are getting some days that are in their 60s in Fahrenheit. Most of the evenings are still in their 40s, although we've had a couple of nights that have dipped below the freezing point into 27, 28, 29. But for the most part, we're sort of turning the corner. Obviously, too soon to be transplanting any of the vegetables outside. They're all still seedlings, and the soil is too cold. It gets down too low, and I don't want to risk anything dying off. We are seeing the first signs of spring. The baby blue bells that my mom planted decades ago around the house are popping up. Usually one of the first things I see. The daffodils that my wife planted are popping up. I'm seeing some greening on the butterfly bush. And of course, I see the greens of the garlic. These are the bluebells that my mom planted. They were originally just along the sidewalk. Obviously, they've seeded themselves and gone everywhere. The daffodils that I was talking about that my wife planted, these are the first signs of life over by all the hydrangea and hosta. And now we're looking at the garlic bed. 32 garlic bulbs have started, cloves, I should say. This first section, there are none. So about half of the Chesnick red did not come up so far. I'm going to do my first spring tending to the garlic bed, and that is I remove whatever straw mulch I put in the fall and just take it off. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the old mulch yet. And this is the first thing you do in the spring is remove the old mulch from your garlic beds and do some fertilizing. So old mulch out, do an early spring fertilize, and then put some new mulch down. Unfortunately, I don't have any straw, so I'm just going to put something down temporarily. I'm supposed to get straw later in the week. So, sorry about the wind. 'Tis what it is. Take all the old straw out, and then it's time for some fertilizing. So the other part of the bed that I'm not removing from has nothing in it right now. No need to take anything out. And now I'm going to count. Looks like I have 32. I think I put 48 originally, and that's so 16 or maybe just 12 more cloves have not come up. I'm going to grab some fertilizer, and I'm going to put some bone meal and blood meal down. A couple of handfuls of each in the area that needs to happen, and then mulch back on. So the bone meal is a 4-12-0 NPK, which means that is a little bit of nitrogen and some phosphorus and no calcium. The blood meal is 12-0-0 NPK, which means it's a very high nitrogen, which makes sense. Do that. Like I said, I don't have any straw. I happen to have some hay, which is not great. I'm going to take the hay up as soon as I get real straw and get rid of the hay. I don't want any of that hay seed. But for now, I don't want the exposed soil. I don't want to lose whatever I have for the health in my soil. But I want to protect it from the sun. So hay for now. Walking along these on the right, grow bags will be all cherry tomato. Back here at the end is going to be squash, different squashes. In here, on the right-hand side and towards the back will be zucchini, carrots in the corner. And I'm going to add about, these will be slicer tomato beefsteak. then I have to add about 15 to 18 7-gallon, 26-liter grow bags in the middle, which are also more of my slicer and beefsteak type tomatoes. And then I'll mulch in between the walkways. So time to get some peas started. Oregon Giant snow peas and golden sweet pea. And I'm going to let both soak for about half an hour, 45 minutes before I'm going to place them. I'm going to plant them on the very end. This will have some chicken wire going around the edge, so the peas will grow up the end chicken wire. I'm going to push the peas in about a finger, just put fingernails depth, cover the peas back up, and I'll just overseed the peas. What comes up, comes up. I can't remember which one I did where, so I'll have to wait till the peas come up to see which is Golden Sweet and which is the Oregon Giant. So that was one. And then this other half will be, again, it's going to grow up on that end. Oops, I just dumped 4 or 5 out. That's fine. I see them all. The other, so whatever Oregon Giant or the sweet pea, I'm not sure which is which. So again, put it about fingernails depth down, cover them back up. I will put the hay back on in order to just keep it covered up for now, keep the soil healthy. The UV from the sun doesn't ruin any of the biology in the top layer of my in my raised bed. I cover back up with the hay for now, and then eventually that'll get replaced. Take a look at the grow light shelves and see what's going on inside. I'm going to pot up. These are Rio Grande, 3 of them that I'm going to pot up. The Rio Grande tomato, brand new for me. I think almost everything in this first little blurb here will be all new to me. 1, 2, 3 Rio Grande. Take the whole 3-inch or 2.5-inch pot, put it inside these larger. This is a Tigerella, which is one of the only ones that is not new to me. I only got 1 Tigerella. I think it might have been that I just didn't have seed. Didn't have a lot of Tigerella seed. That might be the problem. So again, pop the whole thing in, add some more to fill it in. Pineapple tomato, I've been told is new to me. It is a fruit tasting. You can actually taste it. So, and I'm curious, it's sort of an orange, reddish, stripy thing. And I'm told that it has a fruit flavor. You can actually taste the pineapple flavor in the tomato. So again, take the smaller 2-inch pot, tuck it in, tuck some new soil around it. These are 4-inch and fairly deep, so we'll get lots of roots out of this. I believe it's 3 of the pineapple that I did. Brandywine yellow, I believe I have 2, possibly 3, I can't remember. I think it's 2. 2 of the Brandywine yellow. Tuck in the soil. This is the second Brandywine yellow. And then what was the last one? I guess we'll have to wait together. What was the last one? I bet it's Manitoba, which I think is new to me. Yeah, it is Manitoba. Right. And I can't remember why I planted this one. It was on the recommendation of somebody. So, the Manitoba. Just top off. Then I think I go onto the shelves, taking a look at what I've already potted up in some larger 4-inch square. And then don't forget to water in the new things that I just potted up. So these are the 10 or 12 that I just did. I think there's 10 of them. Water them, give them one batch, and then I'll go back later and water them in about 5 more minutes. And there they are, potted up. These 10, and back a couple of big red tomato, some more of the San Marzano and Ukrainian purple, 3 of those. The Roma on the left. These are 12 little strawberry seedlings that I did from seed in the front. And then my cherry tomato types, the mushroom basket, which is a favorite, more cherry tomato, the sweetie, and black cherry. These are the start of some cucumber. Already got 1 Sumter and 1 Boston pickling. These are the different peppers. I think I've got a good 12, 15 peppers in this tray, and then I've got 3 or 4 more in other trays. They're doing well. I have to get rid of that algae. So I might not have had the fan on at this point. They now all have a fan on, and I don't see any of the green. The fan helps to dry out that top layer, strengthen the stems, and also allows the roots to still go down and search for water down below. These are the onions and the bunching onion, the green onion here, and the bulbing onion over before. So yes, spring has sprung. Sort of, again, recap. Some of our daily highs are high 50s and into the mid 60s Fahrenheit. Most of our nights are at least in the high 40s, but it's not a sustained overnight temperature of 50 or so. We still get some dipping into the 20s, slightly below freezing. I bring some of my potted pansies and whatnot from the porch and steps inside. And I can't bring and start moving out any of the seedlings until we have a consistent mid-50s soil temp. So that's a recap of where we're at this first weekend in April, around April 1st, first weekend in April. Seedlings are doing great. Outside is beginning. I will be planting carrots this upcoming week in that right-hand side of my outdoor garden in 2 large 25-gallon grow bags, which is almost 100 liters. And I will be starting to fill up the rest of the grow bags with their soil in anticipation of possibly transitioning out in 3 or 4 weeks. So I hope you all have learned something. I hope some of this helps you guys. If this helps you grow, please like, share, and subscribe. That helps me grow. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me grow, and that helps you grow.